Hey, this is Marjorie, and this is a video for whoever is considering buying this property, who is going to buy this property that I live at. I've been renting here, and I want to show you in this backyard. This backyard has been set up so that you can grow half of your own food for yourself and your family in this yard. And I'm going to show you what I've done and why things are set up the way they are, so that you'll understand why this is planted, and then you'll understand how to operate the system. So I'm going to turn the camera around and just walk you through this. Okay, so first of all, I'm up on the back balcony, and here's just an overview of the backyard, right? And so you get banana trees. These I'll talk about. These are mine. I'm going to take them with me, but these are called rabbit tractors. And I'm going to show you all the trees. A huge source of calories for you right here is going to be this avocado tree, and I've spent a lot of time getting her back to health. So I'm going to pop downstairs and show you what I got. So this is a plant nursery that I've been operating, and you're going to need a plant nursery in this particular location between the side of the house and the fence, shaded a little bit by Luis's banana trees. Your neighbor Luis, he's fabulous. It's a good location. It's not super windy, it's not super sunny, and it's real close by the spigot, so you can easily water it. And this pile of dirt that's here is really, really good dirt. I'm going to be taking these with me. You're going to always need to be propagating different plants and such. I had a small garden here. You can see the basil's doing real well. The tomatoes a little scraggly. Yeah, tomatoes in the summer don't work real well anyway. I want to point out these guys. These are called leucaena, and you'll see that I've planted them around, and we'll run into more of them. They will become fairly big. They make a nice dappled shade, but the most important thing about these things is that they are a high protein source of rabbit feed. So in addition to the avocado tree that we have there, these rabbits are going to be your other huge sources of calories. I'll talk a little bit more about them, but a lot of the plantings that I've done here is so that you will never have to buy rabbit feed, right? Because buying rabbit feed is about like going to the grocery store. What's the point? Plus, you'll be growing extremely high quality food. The leucaena is a very, very important tree, and people consider it a weed here and often want to yank it out. And no, my adorable kitty does not come with it, but there are other neighborhood cats, I promise you. So this is just a nice, garden bed. I'm actually doing an experiment with some different soils and plants here. I really recommend this would be for some of the more precious vegetables or herbs that you want. This is Mango. I believe he's Luis's cat. As we move along here we are underneath the avocado tree, and I want to point out that these broadleaf plants here are comfrey, and I did a whole nother video on comfrey. It's a super useful, it's a rabbit feed. It's also really, really great medicine for humans, for poulticing, and then it's also really great to make a tonic out of it. I had a bunch more of it planted, but they had to build an extension onto the septic tank, and they sort of disturbed some of the plants. But this is a fabulous plant, and she'll keep coming back, don't worry, and hopefully she'll do more. By the way, all these other things that come in here, kind of these broader leaf plants, they're also fabulous rabbit food. So sometimes I'll just come through here and grab a handful for each of the rabbits. This is going with me. This is a worm bin. You're gonna definitely want to do composting and something like that. I stick this under this tree here so that it's not in the sun and the worms are happy. All along, you're gonna notice all along the fence lines, I've got calabasas growing, and some of them are coming in really, really well. They're just beautiful. These are gandules, of course, and I planted lots of gandules. I thought the rabbits would like to eat the gandules, but they don't, and I think it's awesome because, you're most likely a Puerto Rican, and you know how delicious gandules are. So this is one of your many, many gandule trees I planted for you here. And again, some more leucaena. And this is partly because it's a great rabbit. No, it's actually mostly because it's a great rabbit food. By the way, you don't want to feed your rabbits 100% leucaena. You only want to give them about 10% of their diet. Now, they love this stuff and they will way overeat it. Again, rabbits have a protein tooth like humans have a sweet tooth. But really, it contains a compound called mimosine, and that's not good. And if you start noticing your rabbit's fur starting to get really thin or falling out, then you'll go, oh, that's due to the mimosine. You better back it off. This plant here, it's also considered a weed. One wonderful thing about it, it's called Mexican sunflower, Tifonia diversifolia, and it just keeps growing back and back and back. And it's also just a wonderful rabbit food, and the rabbits do like this. It's also, the rabbits sometimes get mites on their nose. I'll pass by one of our things and show you that. And you can make medicine out of this tree to treat the rabbit mites. So you don't need to use ivermectin, and you don't need to be dependent on pharmaceutical type chemical stuff. And so look at this, so beautiful, these squash. By the way, those beautiful squash flowers, you can saute them up and they're delicious. So I have found by accident, here's more Gondes, that the squashes do better vining up the fence than they do on the ground in terms of production. Let's see where we can pull this apart here. Oh, look. And see, this is one of the other benefits of it. Look at that huge squash right there. That's amazing. And it's on Luis's side of the fence. Now, when I first moved here, oh, it looks like, yeah, I got him another one growing over there. That makes good neighbors, to give your neighbors food. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened to that. That one was good the other day, and now it's falling apart. Well. When I first got here, Luis showed me he did not like things vining on the fence, and there's lots of weed vines, and they were getting into like his bananas. He didn't like it at all, but he and I just recently talked, and he loves the calabasa on the fence, and so you want to give to your neighbors. That's a wonderful thing. I planted these papaya here, and as you can see, they're already starting to fruit. Papayas are wonderful because they just go up so fast, and who doesn't love papaya? It's wonderful medicinal. So again, more gandules, more gandules. Always, I use the butternut, the squash on the bottom, also partly as a mulch. I tend to just kind of encourage it back. It's a living mulch. It keeps the soil dark and cool. And then again, you'll see more and more of the Mexican sunflowers. Now, of course, we got the bananas here. And then I have also planted for you a little guava tree. That's a red guava. Really delicious fruit. And there's a reason that it's planted there. So with the rabbits, I move these rabbit tractors clockwise all around the yard. And the rabbits get rabbit feed. Not only do they get the Mexican sunflower that I've planted, and the leucaena, the comfrey, and some of the other plants that I'll show you, but they also can eat the grass that's on the ground. Now, the grass on the ground is not nutritious enough and doesn't have high enough protein that they can live on that solely, but it really helps a lot. And that's Amelia. She's my cat. She's going to fertilize. She's going to fertilize the. She's going to fertilize the tree. Okay. We won't get that on camera. You're all good. And of course, you've got your bananas. Lots of knowledge and wisdom in this community on how to harvest and take care of bananas. I have really found the bananas love urine. Your urine is very high in nitrogen. And these bananas just love that. And so what I do is I had a bucket on the back porch there, urinate in it, dilute it 10-to-1. They don't want it too strong. Dilute it 10-to-1. So in the back corner here, I've often just been throwing compost and plant debris and stuff. So you've got a little bit of a random compost pile happening there. Luisa's chickens always come through here, and the chickens over in the other yard don't seem to come this way. So a couple of more trees I've got planted for you here. Of course, guanabana. Anywhere I live, you're going to find I've planted guanabana trees. And this one I want to talk about is a moringa. Right here, this one here, and I've actually got you two moringas, and these are, I probably need to top these so they'll tend to go out more to the side. That is also a fabulous food. The rabbits love it. It's also super, super, super nutritious for you and for I. People make moringa tea out of it. They dry it. They add the moringa powder to all kinds of stuff for an extra nutritional boost. Another just a really fabulous and really prolific tree. I've got another. Let's see how this Mexican sunflower is not doing that well. I don't think it made it actually. So, but there's a bunch more around here. I want to show you a couple of more trees, and then I'll get to the rabbits. This one right here, this is called Chia. Fabulous, fabulous green. And then here's another one. It looks like it likes to be in the shade a little bit more. I'm not sure what this wire is for. I never did figure that out. Here's another one. And as you can see, I've been harvesting it. So these leaves, what you do, the rabbits don't like the chia, by the way. These are for you and me. So what you do with these leaves, you take them off the plant. I found that the stem in the more sensitive part's also delicious, but as the stem starts to get more fibrous, you're not going to want to eat that. And what you do is you take all the leaves and you chop them up a little bit, like a green, like a spinach. Put them in a pot with some water, a lot of water, and let it simmer for about 20 minutes, and then pour the water off. And then what you'll have is this fabulous green. And believe me, the leaves still have a lot of structure. They're very delicious, and that 20-minute simmering process removes some undesirable phytochemical, something that it has in it that we don't want to eat. It's an amazingly prolific plant, and really, I eat the greens all the time. As you can see, I've been topping them off and feeding them. I've been feeding them to friends, and I've actually hosted an event in Rincon where I taught people how to grow and eat this plant, and we often give away these plants. Every other month, I host a plant and seed swap party right now, which is being held at the Simple Greens Cafe. And you can come get me there and come, we'd be glad to show you. And by the way, here's more bananas coming on. These bananas, like I said, I've really been fertilizing these guys with urine, and they just love it. This is called a ringworm bush, which Maria Benedetti gave me. It looks like it's getting a little bit eat up by insects. I'm like, Maria, why do you think I need a ringworm bush? You need the bush, Marjorie. I'm like, okay. Maria she's a very famous herbalist. She lives in Mayaguez right nearby, has classes that you can go attend. And again, here's another moringa, which I've been topping because I'm feeding it to the rabbits, but it'll come back. So, yeah, let's go talk about the rabbits also. And let's see, I got this one white furry rabbit, Snowball. She's super friendly. Hey, Snowball, how you doing this morning? She got a little bit of an ear problem. Hey, sweetie. So I want to show you the rabbit tractors. This is a huge amount of food that you're going to be able to produce with rabbits. So this is about 3 feet by 5 feet and 3 feet. And I have 2 waterers here just to always make sure they have water. And then you'll note there's these cords on it. And when I use the cords to pull it across the grass. Now, actually, at one time I had this grass really, really nice and lush and thick. And the guys who came to mow it just took it down to the dirt. From the experimentation that I've been doing, I think if you get a lawnmower that has a 4-inch height, that would be the perfect amount. If the grass is too high, the rabbits can't eat it, and if it's too low, of course, the grass is struggling. So, hey, Mama. So let me show you. Hey, Mama, how you doing? Yeah, she got something on her ears. I gotta figure out what's going on there. Yay, and you're getting a little bit of stuff on the nose, which is what we talk about using the Mexican sunflower leaves to make medicine to heal them. Hey, sweetie, let me show people your home. She's getting ready for me to move it. So she's got a little shelf up in here that she can hide and some enclosed walls. Rabbits don't like to be out in the sun. They like a little bit of access to. So, oops, I know I took that off. So she's got a mineral block and a feed bowl, and I am been feeding them pellets because I'm developing the trees to grow here. They're not completely grown out, so I'm still having to feed with pellets to supplement your feed. Come on, Amelia, come on come on out. I'm gonna lock you in there, and then you're gonna cry, and I'll get you later. Come on, sweetie. Well, you can watch these two. Amelia, she doesn't want to play. The one thing about this yard that I have not done, that was the next thing to implement, is to get a small flock of either chickens or ducks. Come on, Amelia, out. Okay, you're going to stay in there with the bunny then. I'll come get you later. I got to make a video. So the one thing that really is missing from this is some ducks. Like if you got 6 ducks or 6 chickens, you could very easily start having a whole bunch of eggs. One of the reasons I like ducks is I would then take pans of water, and you could fill up a pan of water, say, underneath this banana tree, and those ducks would get in that water, and they'll be hanging out around the water, and then they'll fertilize that tree. And then what you do is you just move the pan all around the yard, and again, you've got free fertilizer, right? So you'll never have to go to a feed store. I had asked Samuel, and I thought what might be a good thing is either to build a little, you cut this bush back here, and either build a little house for them there, or just go ahead and put them in this house that's underneath the stairs. But there's, quite a few places that you could have, that you could have the chickens or the ducks. And man, the fertility again would just continue to go nuts in here if you have poultry. Actually, kind of geese might be even better than ducks or chickens, because geese, they're like little bitty cows, and they just want to eat grass all the time. So that could even be a better option. And what I'm talking about is that way you don't have to go to the feed store, right? So chickens are pretty great because they love to eat insects, and so are guineas. They're also good because they're insectivores. Geese won't eat insects. Anyway, you have several poultry options for... Actually, no, I don't think geese would be that good for you, because what you really need is eggs, right? And the geese are not that great egg producers. So yeah, these are some ducks or some chickens. And so that way you have a source of eggs. And I say a flock of just a half dozen of them, and you get 5 eggs a day. That's a lot of food for yourself and or family. So, oh no, what are you trying to tell me, phone? The phone's trying to tell me something. Okay, so anyway, that's this yard. And there's also, I've done some plantings out in the front. I planted a few little cherry bushes, and then also more gandules, and also more Mexican sunflowers. And again, that's the bank of food to feed your rabbits. And if those trees get too big and your rabbits aren't eating all of it, well, just chop it and put it on the ground, and you've got compost. I mean, right? Just the more things that grow, the better, in my opinion. Okay, so there, I just wanted to give you an overview. Really, you can grow at least half of your own food in this backyard. And as we all know, the price of food is going up. The quality of food is gone. There's no real quality. If you're wondering why you're having health problems, it's because you're eating from the commercial food supply. If you want to reach out to me, I would love to help you continue with this yard. As I said, I host a plant and seed swap party every other month. We're currently doing it at the Simple Greens. We have a small community garden there, which I'm also involved with. So, people know me. Just ask Marjorie Wildcraft around town. Tony over at the bookstore knows me. Natalia, who runs the Rincon mail store. Max and Maria over at the Blend Juice Shop. Just ask and you can find me. And again, I regularly host events, and I would be more than happy to help you understand what's been planted here, why, what else you could do, and how this yard could be. I've just only been here about 8 months. This yard could be hugely productive. I mean, you could produce a massive more amount of food, and you got some great neighbors. Okay, I'll talk to you later, and good luck. Definitely reach out.